Woo! It's showtime! Woo!
Alright, so Tapion's EZA info is officially out, and we have translations thanks to the homie Goresh. This is, based on what I'm seeing right now, is actually pretty neat. Tapion's EZA info is now, he is a Giant's Transformation, Giant Form, Category 3 key, and 160% to all stats, which is awesome, obviously. I kinda knew this was coming because I'm assuming that since his stats are pretty similar to Int UI Goku, who had 150%, now is 160. I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing the same thing to the other category leads that have 150%, so expect a 10% increase just to stats for 150% category leads. But his passive is what makes him really unique now. So he gets a 120% attack and defense finally, and reduces damage by 50%. Now before, I think he only had attack. Let's check. Because I think before he had only attack, no defense. Okay, so he only got his attack and defense when he reached a certain HP threshold. Now he has attack and defense without the HP restriction, which is actually a lot better. But I'm wondering, why would they take up 150% when he could have just kept it onto here? I'm kind of confused on why they would do that. But I can see the point because he's more of a defensive utility unit, so he lowers attack while reducing damage. But the thing is, reducing damage isn't enough when it comes to events such as the God Destruction event and all that stuff. So giving him a defensive boost along with his damage reduction is very vital and very essential. So now it makes him very, very good in a sense of where we are today. He also gets an additional 80% attack if HP is less than 50%. So although the boost isn't as bad, I feel like they're still gonna balance it out. So he technically does have a 200% attack buff instead of 150%, which is a lot better than nothing, you know. And at least he has something to back himself up with. And then brings Phantom Majin Seal when conditions are met. That condition is obviously the same as his EZA. Should it be? I think so, yeah. I think his conditions are going to stay the same. As we've seen from Int UI Goku's EZA, his transformation conditions are the same. So this is the same as well. And I don't think it's going to be easy to get it for a couple of reasons. One, he has defense, and two, he has damage reduction. So it's going to be a little hard for him to actually get this clutch moment in case you get screwed over, but this isn't bad actually. I kind of like this idea. I kind of like this kind of passive. But let me see his stats. So when he EZAs, what stats is he getting? Okay, he has high defense. Almost 12,000 defense plus an additional 120%. So he's literally doubling his defense. And then you add that on top. He's gonna have like, I don't know, probably 80-90k defense, I assume. On top of the additional 160-170% leads if you're running him under movie heroes or resurrected warriors or giants. He's probably gonna have somewhere around like 80-90k defense plus 50% damage reduction. So that's really good. Well, technically if you think about it, maybe 100k, I don't know. But this is gonna be really, really nice to see. His stats may be low, but the point of this guy is that he just does damage reduction and lowers attack and defense, which is what he does in his super attack. He does immense damage and lowers attack and defense, which is honestly a lot better. Because most enemies that you use nowadays don't get their attack lowered as often as defense, just because of how common they are. Just how common the enemies are in terms of how much damage they take. So having them lower defense as well is very, very nice. Now let's look at the category itself, because that's one thing I do want to mention. But oh yeah, his other part of the leader seal is the same. Maximum number of turns to when you turn into giant form is +1, or is increased by 1 turn. So they stay. So when units turn into giant form, they stay there for an additional turn, which isn't bad. Depends really, but still. And in terms of the category itself, it's okay. The only buff that they've gotten super recently is Demigra and Vegeta. And I believe, where is he? And the Bardock. Those are the only three most recent units that are given the buff to the Giants category. And I still believe it's not enough. One thing to note is that if they do add some other uncanny giant unit, then I would say at least make them good, or EZA a bunch of these giant units later on down the line, because Tapion is going to make the category better, but it's not going to make it too impressive because of the amount of units that are in here. But he's still freaking amazing, honestly. Probably the only way you could probably get all his links to activate in terms of damage, yeah, like Brainiacs, Hero, Experienced Fighters, Revival. Wow, it's the only one with 2 key. Same thing with Transform. You just link him up with a Giants category unit, I guess. Solid Support, Interest Battle. The only way you could probably get majority of his links to activate is if you link him up with a Tapion, which is mostly in movie heroes or time travelers or resurrected warriors. Or Siblings Bond? I think so. But just to be sure, these are probably the only categories that will make him so much better. And just to be sure, I'm pretty sure Tech Tapion's in this one. Let's go take a look. He should be down here. Yeah, Tech Tapion's pretty much one, if not one of his best linking partners, since he technically has a different name, Tapion HIRUDIGARN. So yeah, this definitely does work. I really like what they did with this unit, for sure. If they ever EZA another Tapion in the future that's going to be under this guy, then this guy would get an EZA. The only good thing about this guy is the fact that he changes SCR to Rainbow Keyspers, which is great, because we need more Rainbow Keysper changers. For in terms of overall aspect of this guy and his EZA, he's very, very good. Super defensive, super well balanced. I honestly think he's not going to be the best EZA in the game by far, but we'll have to see what they do with this guy. I'm honestly ready to see how much damage he's actually going to output, considering that pretty much, I don't know, like this guy's gonna be very good. How long has he been out for? Less than 3 years, actually. Well, actually less than 4 years, my bad. Less than 4 years, so about almost 3.5 years now. So 3.5 years later, he actually gets a little bit. He does get a little better, actually. But at least he gets defense on top of his damage reduction, which is probably the most, like I said, the most important thing to note. Is that giving him just that makes him so much better than what he has before. Sure, if you give him less than 50%, he's still gonna tank, but it's not going to tank as much as he is going to be here. Now, one thing I do have a problem with is if they gave him attack and if they didn't give him defense through here. I can see the point. Like, you really want him to dish out damage when you get to 50%, but this is going to, well, like I said, it's going to take a while, considering that you have this. So, yeah. I like the unit. Not the craziest, but still a really good unit. If you don't have this guy, make sure you pull him later on when you summon on more really good banners. But I'd still say he's good. His EZA will be coming out on the 8th, or technically tomorrow or Thursday, actually, during my time. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think about this unit. I think this unit is great. I technically have no problems with this unit whatsoever. But tell me what you guys think about this unit. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.